Hey everybody, and welcome back to another episode of Air Hauler with me, Mir37. So, like I said, I really wanted to do those flights from Barcelona to Linz and Graz. I just love saying Graz. But yeah, I wasn't going to have time, so I had that Jessica Little lady take the 767 over to Munich, because there's a job there going from Munich to Moscow, which I thought would be great, because we actually have scenery for both Munich and Moscow. And there's actually a flight coming back from Moscow to Munich. Might do that for the next episode. I'm not totally sure. It only weighs about 50,484 pounds, so pretty light. That's like a little over half of what we can carry. But it's pretty good. 378 grand for just 1,000 miles. So I thought we'd go ahead and fly that. I've been trying to work a little bit with this FMC. I got it. It doesn't really totally work correctly, but I did find a way to get it to work correctly for this flight. And I'll go over that. I've already got this thing loaded up, as you can see. Yeah, moving on over to Munich. Alright, so I've got it loaded up. I put in almost 4,000 pounds, or 400 miles worth of fuel. So we'll go ahead and fly this 12. I'm going to move it to 11:09. And hopefully they've got 9:01 at the guard. Oh man, come on. I had this thing all set up at one of the cargo sites. It was 9:01. Here's some cargo, but that doesn't say 9:01. None of them say 9:01. On FSX it says 9:01. I hope this is the same one, because I had it all set up for this, for that parking spot. But with that, we'll go ahead and move on over to the plane. Alright everybody, here we are at the plane. It is pretty much where I set up over there. We're actually a little far further than I think we're supposed to be. If you want to take a look outside, headphone users, watch out. Actually, we're not even at a parking space. I was setting it up over there. You're supposed to be one of these two. So that's kind of messed up. This is Munich, from taxi to gate. Awesome scenery. Let's see, we're set up for the winter. All kinds of planes getting ready to take off. I saw some planes over here flying around. So a lot of traffic actually. It's pretty cool, but hopefully it doesn't become a problem as well. Get a cluster over there. Happens sometimes. Alright, so for the route, let's go over here. EDDM, UUDD is what we want. Activate and execute. Like I say, I'll do one thing first. So we're going to take off on 8 right. And N-key 8E is the SID. So execute that. And I'll show you, I put in a waypoint over here. Well, that's not what I wanted. Okmel. And we're going to actually end up taking Okmel out because this is very odd. That's even, I'll show you. So we're going to land on 32, right? The ILS. DR3B. Now, Okmel is actually a transition, but you don't want that because Okmel, if I could... Let's say this is the map. Here's the airport, and we're coming in over here. So Okmel is just off to the side. And if you take that transition, it takes you all the way back, loops you around, and then back to the airport. So it makes literally no sense. So I'm going to put it without Okmel. I think that's how I did it. Got it to work last time. See it? Now we've got that right at 2160. Okay, so right there is Okmel. So we're going to put in up here, up to Okmel. And we'll actually take out another waypoint. I'll show you that here in a second, because there's actually another one I want to take out. I thought there was another discontinuity towards the beginning, but apparently not. Not sure if that's a good thing or not. Because I know there's supposed to be, That's a little too much, I think. Alright, because I'll set through this real quick. Maybe move this out the way. We'll step through. That doesn't look like it used to. That worries me. That doesn't look anything like what it's supposed to. It doesn't look anything like it originally did. What's all these double lines and stuff? But you can see how it comes in. Wait, that is very odd. Why is it doing that? It didn't look like that anything like that. DD158 is right there. I'm not sure why it doesn't even show it connecting. Man, that's so whack. Because like I said, I actually had it working. Maybe if I put in some other information, it'll get it right. That really bothers me because I had it working perfectly. It looked perfect. Cruising altitude, we'll say 37,000. We're pretty light. Cost index, I'm going to run at 80. Alright, I'm going to use my phone to find out our zero fuel weight. Sorry that I'm not using the calculator, but it causes a problem. Or it could. So it's 299,796 minus the fuel, which is 520.12. That equals 247,784. So 247. I'm just gonna say 0.8 zero fuel weight. All right, in reserves we'll say 3. So takeoff flaps 15. I think maybe one reason I had some problem yesterday. I think when I set it up like this, I don't think I clicked on these to put them in. I think I just looked at them and I think I screwed up. So that's 142. There you go. Let's go back here and look at something real quick. Next approach, 133. Like I say, it just really bothers me that doesn't show up correctly. Hopefully, maybe it does now, but I don't. So far, so good. I think I need to make this bigger. Alright, so it's got our top of descent. Yeah, that's good. Let's see, that goes to in. But see, it goes to DR, so I think we can take DR out. It doesn't really matter. It would take in over to here. I'll leave DR in. I don't think it really matters. But it's got everything in here nicely. Because you can see the last one, it'll have us at 2,160. Now, it doesn't have Moscow in there, but I don't think that that's a problem. As long as we get it going towards the runway. If I remember, it comes off to the right, and then you got to cut to the left to go out there towards the runway. Go ahead and hit the traffic button. Go ahead and turn the flight director on. And let's go ahead, turn the parking brake off. We're going to go ahead and push back. I'll run this up to 37,000. Alright, air hauler's got us. That's always good. Yeah, it's a pretty nice airport. I have a Mega Airport Munich, I think is what it is, from Aerosoft. But it's kind of it's older than the one from Taxi to Gate. And Taxi to Gate, they do really do some nice airports. Some have little errors and stuff, but for the most part, Taxi to Gate does some really good stuff. Let's see if she cuts back here. 082 is the heading of the runway. She doesn't seem to be turning. Okay. Thanks, plane. You just go ahead and stop here. I'll take over. It's a little frustrating. Taxi light coming on. Everything up here looks good. So So the taxi light is on. Let's go ahead and taxi on down. We could have pushed back a little further. Then we get into that big area, and I don't want to be pushed back into it. I want to taxi myself over there. Yeah, so the runway is over to our left. You can see planes taxiing over there, man. I gotta say, I hope that there isn't too much traffic, because when there's too much traffic, you end up having a bottleneck, and things start going wrong. So hopefully that's not a big problem. Like this daggone vehicle. Alright, good, he's turning left. That's where I'm turning as well. Squeaky old chair. Flaps going to 15. Looks like there's even a tug over there. Oh, you got someone coming in to land. I wish they would use the other runway for landing. Come on, guy. You're a vehicle at an airport. I'm just gonna run his ass over. That's what happens, bruh. I'm trying to decide which is even the runway. Looks like everyone's taxiing down on this one. Oh, they're going to the next one. Hurry up. Let's beat that guy over there. Like I say, we want to get up there. I don't want to be behind a bunch of people. Like I say, it causes problems. We had stuff where we just had to go on ahead, and there's all kinds of problems with the cluster. Well, see, that guy did go down that way. That's why I was going to take that one. By the way, I have got everything running in extremely dense, and it runs quite well. Another reason TaxiGate does pretty good. You do that with a lot of their stuff. Runs quite nice. Which is kind of surprising. And we've got openLC regions 3 and 6. Plus we've got, how do you say that airport? Domodedovo, or not exactly sure how you pronounce it. That is from, I believe, MDesign. I don't know that they have very many scenery. I know they've got that one, and it's a pretty nice one. I can't remember if they ever did any other ones. I do have, I think it's called Moscow City X or something like that, from one of those other developers. I can't pronounce their name ever. But I did not install that because this is a fair distance. The airport's a fair distance away from the city. So I thought, what the heck, why put that in? Although with the flight plan, it might actually take you over it. I'm not really sure. Get that Iberia. I don't know about that livery, man. It's like that livery is like from the 80s. It's like, I'm not a huge fan, but there's something I like about it. Maybe it's just because it's old and I recognize it so much. Yeah, Iberia is pretty ugly. Reminds me of like dirty, like shag carpeting, like brown and yellow and red. It's like carpeting we used to have it at my grandmother's house. First house. Shag carpeting in the playroom. So people are still moving. That's a good sign. Alright, brakes go to RTO. can't tell, is that like KLM? I can't tell who that is. There's a bunch of those little planes around here. I don't know if we should arm LNAV and VNAV because when you click autopilot, they become disengaged. You gotta click them again. Or what? There could have been a problem though, so I'm gonna go ahead and arm LNAV VNAV. I'm surprised it doesn't say, you know, hey, we're not on the path, intercept path for LNAV. Move that range down. Flaps are at 15. We're going to turn the lights on here in a second. I believe that dude's still lined up, yeah. That's good at least, that nobody's coming in to land. Good to see. There's still more people coming in there. There's a guy there. Sweet, he's getting on the runway. Now when we get up there, we won't know if anyone's coming in to land or not, but oh well if they do. Because there ain't nothing stopping us. There's no way I'm going to know unless I can see him coming out the window. Show them how it's done, Iberia. We'll do more of a rolling takeoff than these guys. I don't know why they don't just do rolling takeoffs. Seems to be most efficient. Alright, he's going. Landing lights are all on, strobes are on. Let's enter the runway. We're gonna say we don't see anyone down there. Kind of want to watch this guy take off while we try to steer this plane as well. Easier said than done. I gotta take my eyes off of him. I gotta be able to steer this plane. I guess we won't do a rolling takeoff because I gotta stop and at least set the auto throttles. So I shouldn't have whined about that. Auto throttles are armed. Auto brakes are armed. Flaps are at 15. 37,000 feet. They're in. Alright. Quite full power. I keep forgetting to say airspeed alive at 80 knots. I'm used to flying so many small planes right now. And as soon as she comes up, she wants to go right. Gear is on its way up. Makes that horrible sound. I don't know why. You see, she wants to go right on me. Flaps are going down to 5. Autopilot, we want to look at this beautiful scenery. LNAV and VNAV are armed. You can see the screw up, flashing textures. Alright, fully retracting the flaps. Auto brakes should go off. Gear off. Taxi light off. And she does look good though, doesn't she? In the winter. Like I said, openLC, regions 3 and 6 for Germany and Russia. Yeah, I just wish that airport didn't have those flashing textures, and it would have been perfect. Right, we're right at about 6,500 feet. Let's look down here. Yesterday on the progress thing it was all screwed up. Now it's correct. So we're looking at about 2.5 hours, and the fuel is now finally going down. We're going to have a ton of extra fuel. But I've been putting extra in there because I couldn't remember if this one used more or less. I'll have to check that when I'm done if I can remember to do that. Looking pretty good. Right, we've crossed 10,000 feet. Landing lights all come off. Plane should be accelerating some, I would think. Let's see what the speeds are. That's still 250 to that one. We need to actually check that out on ours. 185, it should be a little bit slower, I'm afraid. CF32R will not have us coming straight in. Or will it? We shall see. I thought it was coming from the side. Oh no, it does actually. It has us coming straight in, doesn't it? Very nice. So CF32R straight over to the right. I thought it was coming in from the side and then we would have to turn it, but no. So that does tell me we need to slow down our speed. So 132 knots. Let's say 158. Well, let me do that. Yes. So 3 miles before that, 165. 5 miles before that, let's say 182. 5 miles before that, let's say 200. 5 miles before that, we'll say 220. Then that's fine at 230. Alright. Get those speeds figured out. Kind of important. Move our range up. 18,000 feet, go to 2992. Which we are. Now she's increasing the speed. Oh, it was just 18,000 feet, isn't it? No, it is 10,000 feet, not 18. Speed restriction. Alright, well, with all that, I'm going to go ahead and speed her on up and be back in just a little bit. Alright, everybody's slowing it down. Got a plane right over there. As you can see, it's actually getting dark. I thought I set the time so we would have enough. There's another one over here. But apparently not, because it's so dark. And I tried to turn on some lights in the plane, but apparently I don't know the best ones. I can turn on the floodlight, and that makes everything pretty bright, but it's not really the light you're supposed to use. I turned on a few other ones, and they brighten up a little bit. Maybe it's this panel. Well, it's still not that good, is it? Anyhow, we're below 10,000 feet. The landing lights and everything are on. By the way, the TCAS, I hadn't been hitting TCAS. I just hit the traffic button, not TCAS. But we got TCAS on right now. 316 is the heading of the runway. Man, it's really hard to see. We might have to turn on that floodlight. As I can say, it's really hard to see. It says that we're really low at 9,000 feet. Let me turn on the floodlight. It made a little bit of a difference. I actually like it like that with the flood and the panel light on. It says we're like 4,800 feet low. I don't know how that would happen. Just floating right there at 9,000. That's kind of odd. By the way, let's check out our landing speed changed. It's at 134, and I was, I think, 132 originally. Got a ton of fuel, man. Ton of fuel. So 134. Yeah, we hang out at 9,000 feet for a while. That's kind of odd. I just wish it wasn't night, too. Got another plane up here. Man, there's some traffic all over the place today. Hanging out here in Muscovy. Okay, so you'll see we come out here and then we'll make a turn back. It's got the ILS frequency in the radios already. I already checked it, which is a 111.9 with a heading of 316. But it's already got it, like I say. Also, we go out. We still got a little ways to go. Let's go ahead and move this to 2x. See, I just come back when it seems like we got like 10,000 feet or so to go. I didn't realize we were going to be hanging out here at that altitude for that long. Yeah, maybe we should have taken that one waypoint out. I can't remember which one it was. But obviously we're coming back on the glide slope now. Or should I say the descent path, not the glide slope really. It's just kind of crazy that it has, and we're actually climbing ever so slightly, which is also very odd. It's not a very fast climb, but we are for sure climbing, which I guess is helping as well to get back on the descent path. Hopefully we don't get any OOMs either. All the scenery for all this time could be bad. Hopefully we'll be good. Alright, got about 15 miles until the next turn. I went ahead, I think you already saw it, I turned that to 316. I set that to 2,000 because that one waypoint is 2,160 feet. So that'll at least let us get down and using the ILS. We should be using the ILS before then. Alright, we're coming back right back on the descent path now. So everything should be good. Auto brakes are set to 2. The speed brake is armed. We're pretty much set up to go ahead and land. We've got everything going. I don't see any traffic on the page now. TCAS on and the traffic. Still going pretty daggone fast, 240 or so knots. I guess we were right at 230. Alright. 4 miles until that waypoint. We'll turn. I was hoping we would... When I saw it was getting dark, I was like, well, maybe we'll make it before dark, but apparently not. And I did fix the elevation. We had one of our first flights, I think it was actually our first flight in 767. We flew to Moscow and we had the elevation problem, even though I had checked it out beforehand. But I checked it out again, it was messed up, so I fixed it, so we are good. None of that BS happening again. Alright, we're below 8,000 feet. We're actually slightly high now. I'm going to go ahead and turn this back to normal. Well, actually, we're below it all of a sudden again. Speed has come down to 220, it looks like. Just make sure one more time. It is 134. Yeah, 134. It just seems really slow, even though we have a ton of fuel. Like I said, I put all that extra fuel in there because I thought we might need it, because I couldn't remember if this thing used more or less. Apparently it's using a lot less. But I thought I had noticed one time that we had landed and there wasn't a whole lot left. So I wasn't quite sure. Well, got the lights on and everything. Hopefully the lights are working at that airport. There better be lights or we got a problem. Alright, 6900. I just reset my altimeter and it jumped a lot. I think that speed really wants to drop, but it's having a little hard time dropping. I'm curious as why we continue on here, but I've got it set at 316. Huh. That's weird. 'Cause that's 32 right. Unless it should have been 3326. I think I just have it written down wrong. Flaps coming out to 1. I believe it's 1515. I'm not going to go to a 5 yet because remember it keeps wanting the gear out so early. Makes no sense. Can't tell if you got another one here or not. That is just a speck on my computer screen. Well, is it? It is something. Looks like it's blinking. I don't know. It looks like it's something. Alright, now we're way too freaking high. And the speed has jumped back up. What the hell? Auto throttle's off. Gears coming down. There's a localizer. There's the runway. Still at 326, this doesn't line up correctly. Yeah, I don't know what the hell happened with that speed all of a sudden, like it wanted to jump. See, now we've got the stupid landing gear out. We're still 700 above, but we'll be back and we'll hit the approach hole. We still see it's like 18 miles away, so we're alright. I think it's ridiculous that it wants the landing gear out. Alright guys, hopefully this is lining up with the audios. Hop Hog just crashed.
2500.
gonna hit the approach hold here. I'm back on the glide slope. So I'm just gonna try and get this lined up with the audio and everything. I promise it's gonna work. It seems like we're awfully low. Between 2,500, and it's actually climbing now to get back on the glide slope. We've got the approach hold. I reset the altimeter and it jumped again, saying that we were actually lower. I don't know, oddities of this plane. You can see we're like 10 miles out still. Why are we already at 2,500? And climbing ever so slightly back to the glide slope. Let me get rid of that. You know, I don't want to be too slow right now. And then, of course, we got the weather to deal with. It's kind of foggy out. We got the runway right there. Our flaps coming out. Got 2 more flap positions until we're at full flaps. The glide slope is way above us because that's the descent path, as you can see. We're still slowly descending. I hate this plane sometimes. Wouldn't be surprised if it lets us descend right into the freaking ground. Stupid thing. We're 1,700 above. We're descending, yet we're not on the glide slope. I'm about to just go ahead and click this thing off. Yes, it is. Yes, it is. Alright, there it goes with the roll to the right. It didn't do it there for a second. That never helps. We're at full flaps. Like to see that. You can see we're climbing. I'm trying to get back to that glide slope. There, it's coming back down. It's really hard to get the speed since we're actually climbing. About to meet up with the glide slope. Man, this right roll is just bullshit too. It makes things so much more difficult. Start getting down a little more. Yeah, this right roll is making it really damn difficult. Need to get down. That's what I was afraid was going to happen. We were going to climb up to it and then get too daggone high. Catching back up to it. We're going to be a little fast though. You can see I'm having trouble lining up because of this damn right roll. Plane just doesn't act right.
100.
Okay, we're just gonna need to pull our nose up a little bit. Outer marker, we're a little high again. See the pappy lights. Pretty much right on speed. We're a couple knots fast. I'm alright with that. I'm more concerned about the being off to the right all the time. Stupid thing.
500.
Because then I gotta fly it left. And then we end up off to the left and we're high again. Because I'm more concerned about that. Middle marker.
$100. 50. 40. 30. 20. 10.
And we're going to be a little off to the right, because there's nothing I can do about it, though. She just really wants to go right. Couldn't hit that taxiway. Yeah, I gotta figure out how to fix that rolling to the right, because it's really hard to obviously land a plane that wants to go right. Because I'm banking right, and then we're banking left, and then we're too far over to the left. There's just all kinds of problems. Man, this scenery looks great, though, with the lights and everything. I don't know, it can't be a calibration thing, because every other plane, no other plane has that problem. Maybe it could be an FSU IPC, although I don't like binding that stuff, I really don't. Alright, I'm gonna stop right here. TCAS failed, maybe that's because we're on the ground. TCAS off. I think the traffic is off as well. Landing lights coming off. Strobes coming off. Stop recording. Auto brakes can come off. Oh, taxi light. You don't seem to be helping much now, do you? Well, I guess you were, really. Turn off lights or whatever. Don't. Texting a little fast. My bad. Siri does look pretty good in the night, though, doesn't it? Like I said, I'll always leave links in the description, actually. If you ever see scenery or anything, you like it, I always leave links in the description. Now we're on heading 316 with the runway, and that's what the runway is supposed to be. So I don't know, things got weird with this landing. Yeah, if we could fix the roll to the right, I would be pretty happy, because I think I can compensate for the other bullshit. But the roll to the right, banking to the right, is a real problem. I really wish I could fix. No idea where to park. I think I'm gonna pull over to the left and just park over at one of these areas. We're a cargo plane. It's starting to get jagged. I really would like to shut this down soon, so we don't have any OOM errors. I'm trying to find a taxi line. I guess it was the one to the right that I wanted. Park at this one right here. I think we're a little too big, to be quite honest, for this area. These parking areas are for smaller planes, I do believe. But I'm just going to pull all the way up to the front here. And we'll say we're in a parking spot, damn it. Even though we're really not. Alright, stopping right here. Park and brake coming on. Taxi light going off. I want air hauler to recognize us real quick before anything bad can happen. Panel and floodlights off. I can't tell if that's on or off. Looks like it's on. Trying to click it off. Let's take a look outside. Yeah. Yeah, sorry there. You'll just have to go under. Oh, you can go under. Yeah, no problem. Yeah, we're a little big here for over here. Nice airport. I really do like it. Got some planes over here, taxiing over here. Pretty nice. I do like it. Let's go over to air hauler real quick and get paid. Alright, let's go ahead and unload it. Kind of surprised. I thought at the end it was going to OOM on us. Okay, so 620, so it's using less because I put about 400 or so extra, so I need to remember that. It is like all the others, just using less than we thought it would. Job completed. Yes. And the flight monitoring. Sweet, so we're in Moscow. We'll see. There is one going back to Munich. I don't know that I necessarily want to go back to Munich, although it is a cool airport. But, you know, I like to visit other areas too since we were just at Munich. I mean, I have nothing against Munich. I think that would have to be done pretty soon, though. Let's see what we got it here at Moscow. Frankfurt. Frankfurt's cool. Plenty of time to do it. New York. I don't think so. Oslo is kind of cool, but that's heavy. It doesn't pay that great. Kaunas, light, but pays a ton. Dublin, we've been to Dublin. See, that doesn't even pay that great either, but... Oh, see, there's two... Oh, that... I was going to say there's two Oslos, but that one ends in 30 minutes. If you could double those up... Nah, that would be extremely heavy. That'd be twice as much as we can actually haul. So Munich, it'll probably be the next one. The thing is, that has to be done tonight. Because it's 14 hours, so it'd be like 5 in the morning? No, 9 in the morning, 10. And I probably won't be up. Actually, I probably will be up doing laundry at the damn laundromat. Yeah, so I figure, well, I don't really want to go to Munich, though. I'm afraid that we're going to have problems with, like, out-of-memory errors and stuff like that. We'll try it, I think. And then I'll have her, like, take Jessica Little will be over here. She'll be at Munich, so she can actually take it, like, over to Vienna. I keep wanting to get to Vienna, and we never get to fly there. I think I have a couple of the L10 TriStars there. Yeah, LLWW, one of them's there. The other one's at St. Martin. There's always that to go back to. But probably Munich, unless I just don't fly tonight, then we'll go somewhere else. Because I don't like any of the other destinations, to be quite honest. We shall see. That's going to be it for this episode, everybody. I hope you all did enjoy it. I'll catch you guys on the next flight.
500.